I'm reading. You know what it means? Eh? When you're reading, you feel like, yes, I have done my best, and then they give you a biology paper. You get an my goal personally, I wanted to become a doctor. I got this when I was in primary five, right? So from primary five, I wanted to become a doctor. So I was like, okay. I had to ask my friends for me to become a doctor, what a combination that I'm supposed to do. Of course, people had very many ideas. Some were giving me BCA, BCB, BCM, more than that. And I was like, oh, Patricia, I'm going for BCM. You know? Then I was like, okay. I went for BCM. So when I went for BCM, in Form 6, I did it in Form 5, but in Form 6, things started changing. Umengenya ngeze ndamthayi Patricia. Basically, life was a normal life, just like someone who goes to school after your O level and you be like, okay, I would wish to continue to A level. So you go there thinking like you have very many plans. You plan for it because everyone is excited about joining a new level, right? So yeah, my high school life, specifically A level, it wasn't bad. It was actually a good one. Yeah. Initially, when I was, because for now I'm doing HEC, the Higher Education Certificate. At first, when I joined high school, sorry, rather A level, that's from 5 and from 6, I wanted to do BCM. So I opted for it. When I went to do BCM, yeah, as you know, things are tough, so it's tough to persevere in each and everything that you do, especially as a science student, that one is known. So I went for BCM. In Form 5, BCM didn't treat me so bad. Same in Form 6, it did. But things just changed. Things just changed. So I did the thing in Form 5, I did it. I was like, this is what I wanted. I have to go for it, come what may. I was so strong. When you want something, you be like, okay, because okay, it also depends on what you want to become in future, right? My goal, personally, I wanted to become a doctor. I got this when I was in primary five, right? So from primary five, I wanted to become a doctor. So I was like, okay. I had to ask my friends for me to become a doctor, what a combination that I'm supposed to do. Of course, people had very many ideas. Some were giving me BCA, BCB, BCM, more than that. And I was like, oh, Patricia, I'm going for BCM. You know? Then I was like, okay. I went for BCM. So when I went for BCM, in Form 6, I did it in Form 5, but in Form 6, things started changing. Yeah, biology started becoming hard, math started becoming hard, and chemistry itself. However, much personally, I was giving it my all. But you know, maybe somewhere, somehow, I was not doing something. I know, okay, like I was this person. I loved the reading, but to a certain extent. It wasn't that everything was open in the biological science, everything was open in the Bible, and so on. No. If I felt like reading, I could read. If I don't feel it, I shall. So maybe then when that thing came in, I started becoming so stressed. I was like, I'm reading. You know what it means? Eh? When you're reading, you feel like, yes, I have done my best, and then they give you a biology paper. You get an oh, it hurts. Yeah, it hits differently. So I think I got bias from there and then. In Form 6 first time, I started developing some bias. So there comes the bias, especially for biology. You know, you read something, they tell you next week you have a paper. And let me start test. You read, you go prepare, you feel like, yeah, I will do it. Then there comes the paper. You get 15%. And I was like, but why don't I give up in biology? Just like that stressed me. I stopped reading biology. For God's sake, I only remained with math and chemistry. Just like, okay, it was so unfortunate that still in the subject that I remained with, actually I passed because I got a C in math, I got a C in chemistry, and guess what? An A in biology. But I had the other feeling. However much biology hits me differently, me, I wanted to become a doctor. So I was like, come what may. So I had to look for advice from my friends. I was like, you people, I failed biology, and you know, to be a doctor, the core subjects are biology and chemistry. I had passed chemistry, sorry, but I didn't have biology. I was like, I'm done. There comes the stress, the depression, everything, growing slim, losing weight like nothing. You know those things. I was like, oh God, what did I do to you? I did everything. But deep in me, I knew that I had given up on biology. So at some moment I could be like, at least I passed chemistry and math. But I'm like, yes, at least I know this, you know? Yeah. So my friend started advising me, Patricia, you shouldn't repeat Form 6. It's not good, what and what. And I was like, so what should I do? Then they were like, there is that program called HEG. And I was like, as I don't know about it. Could you guys please tell me more about it? Like, how does it help me to reach my goals without repeating Form 6, you know? Things like that. So I started collecting information, ideas from various people, doctors, those people who finished those ones in our field. Everyone was having a different idea. Some were even telling me to go for diploma for 3 years. Then from there, from diploma course, I got to what I wanted. And then I was like, now I did A level. And then I go for 3 years, solid 3 years for diploma. And then after, when I think about the course that I wanted, medicine, that's 5 years, right? Plus 5 years. Will I manage? First of all, I'm growing, you know? It will reach a moment and I'm tired. I'm really tired. If I add those 3 years plus the 5 years, I'm like, Patricia, no. So if they tell me about it, I was like, I'm running for this. This will help. So yeah, well, actually, my first option was this university in where? Ishaka. It's in Ishaka. Yeah, KIU. Exactly. Yeah, that's where I was going. But then I was like, first wait, with all the stress I have, with all the depression I have, I got there, I be sleeping alone in the hostel. Okay, yes, I had a friend, but you know, she's also there hustling with her life. Then you also go there and then add on somebody. And I was like, personally, I would say I cannot attach my failure to someone or like the teachers or like the school. No, it was personal. It was deep. Let me tell you, it was deep. It was bias. This came after like we had the paper in Form 5. I read. Let me tell. Have you ever been there and you feel like I have done everything and I am very sure I have to get this. Like you set your goals. What comes if you set your goals and you do not achieve them? Of course, sometimes you lose hope. You start developing some bias, right? There is a what even stresses you by the mental and physical that thing. You be like, now for sure, if guys see me reading this biological science, but at the end of it all, I get 15. You'll be like, and then you look at your other friend, he or she doesn't read. But maybe somewhere, somehow, God helps that person, and maybe the person gets his or her 30. It's not a good mark, but let me tell you, it's a good one in biology. You'd be like, let me do it. Then let me be like that person. If it comes, if it's my chance, I will do it. If it's not my chance, let it be. So that's how it came about. But okay, like what I want to say, it was within me. It wasn't maybe that we had bad teachers or like they weren't teaching me. No, actually, our teachers were doing their best. But when you're already negative, you already have your thoughts about something. It's very hard for someone to change you, especially mentally. Mentally, it's hard. So yeah. So I didn't have any thought of changing to humanities, to be sincere, because I had only one thing in my head, being a doctor. So by then there was no way, like humanities, those things of history, geography could cross my mind at all. I did so. Okay, like the thing is like this. I believe everyone deserves a second chance, right? And like, who is not? Who could like shut down when a second chance comes your way? I bet no one. Everyone wants to. So after failing that biology, I was like, there is this head. It's going to help me correct my mistakes, or like revise my mistakes. Why didn't I go for it? Then I was like, after all, I'm going to be looking in only biology. Huh? And I was like, come what may, I'm going to give up on everything so that I hit my target.